Hello everybody, my name is AJ and welcome back. I'm not necessarily welcome back to my channel, actually I should say. Welcome back everyone. For those of you who just got done watching my not Bojack, this is what this is. My predictions. As I said, I'd be doing this video as soon as I'm done, and that's basically what happened. I actually took a little bit of a potty break. So yeah. So Bojack season 5. This is a half spoiler. Half of it's not going to be a spoiler, and the rest of the half is going to be a spoiler. So, or like part of it's not going to be a spoiler, the rest of it is going to be a spoiler review. So, yeah. If you have not seen Bojack seasons 1 through 4, don't watch this video at all. Go watch it. Go now. Go now and watch it, okay? It's a good show. It's a really good show. I love this show. But yeah, BoJack seasons 1 through 5 or 1 through 4. If you've never seen it, do not watch this video at all because it's a spoiler for everything. Unless if you don't care, then you can watch it. I don't care. But if you want to watch BoJack season 5, you can watch this half of it, and the rest of it's gonna be spoiler free. So, BoJack season 5. Sorry. I've been waiting for this for a year. For you guys who do not know, I started getting into BoJack about last year. Like last year, like the very end of it, like right after season 4 dropped. Then yeah, I watched it all and I fell in love with it. I've rewatched that show so many times. I've rewatched it maybe just as much as South Park, which is saying something. I've rewatched South Park a lot. Oh God. But it's not the point here. This is all about BoJack season 5. So yeah, so spoilers for season 1 through 4 in this half, and this part, and then the rest of the series, including season 5 and the other part. Okay. BoJack season 5 is quite possibly the best season that we've had, which is saying something, because season 4 and 3 are like my two favorites. I can't choose. If I had to actually, there's a gun pointing in my head, maybe season 4, just by like the smidges, like by a snowflake, okay, by a fucking snowflake. All right, not by that much. Yeah, I loved this show. I loved this season. It was really good. At the end of season 4, we had Bojack starting Filbert. We had Princess Carolyn in a dark place after her and Ralph, and then we had Hollyhock finding out that Bojack's her brother. And while she's in the show, if you've seen the trailer, she's not in it as much as what I thought. At least I thought she was gonna be in it a little bit more, but that's fine. Her parts are great. I will talk about her more in the spoiler half of this. But yeah. So yeah, BoJack season 5 was great. I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, Friday morning, and I watched the first 9 episodes before I had to go to school. And I went to school, then I went to Braze, and then I came back, and then I watched the other 4 episodes. And then I'm all done. So yeah, I finished this all in 24 hours, motherfuckers! Eat that, Michael. Or Alpha Monkey. Sorry, I'm very tired. And also, I'm very happy that I did do it. There's a good chance that I wasn't going to end up doing it. But I did. So yeah, BoJack season 5, easily, I'm going to start with the rating of this. Easily an A+, 10 out of 10. I loved this fucking season. It was honestly, I just can't wait to rewatch it. I'm not gonna rewatch it anytime soon because I want to watch Big Mouth again, and I need to watch Luke Cage and Iron Fist, and then I'll be done with all the Marvel stuff until Daredevil comes out, and then yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm rambling about other shows, but yeah, BoJack season 5. We start this season with Bojack going to Filbert, going and starting his show, his new show, Filbert. It's a success. like filming, you know, and why I'm trying. It's really hard tonight to give spoilers. Okay, so yeah, he. So like it's all film. It's like being filmed, you know, and that's what this. It's kind of like season 2, but also kind of like season 1 in terms of like the mood-ish. I'll get into more like about that in the spoiler half. This is really actually difficult to talk about this. Okay, so okay. Bojack is off to shoot Filbert. Princess Carolyn is a producer on the show, which I know that's not a spoiler because she is the reason why they're even doing it. Yeah, and some stuff goes on down there. And oh my gosh, there's this one part that I'll get in during the spoiler part of this. Oh my god, that part was just wow. Yeah. And then Diane is also Diane and Mr. Peanut Butter. You know, it picks off from what happened in season 4. There's a big change for Diane, which is crazy. Like as you see, her hair is different, but like there's a big change because of that. It's crazy. Yeah, it changes it for both Mr. Peanut Butter and Diane, and it's honestly probably like wow, I didn't think that was gonna happen. At least not this soon into the show. But yeah, like it changes Mr. Peanut Butter's and Diane's dynamic completely. It kind of shows about how Mr. Peanut Butter never really grew up, and it shows how Diane is like sometimes a little more depressed on the depressed side, I guess. I'm trying to like get around spoilers and like talk about examples, but yeah. Todd, he's doing his own Todd stuff. You know, he gets he has his girlfriend at the end of season 4, and yeah, is that all I can say really without spoilers? Who other characters I'm forgetting? Yeah, I think that's about all I can say. So yeah, in terms, is this a disappointment? No. That scared me. Is this season a disappointment? No. This season's really good. It's a really nice follow up. People were scared that it was just gonna go back to old Bojack, you know, like his talking about his emotional problems. Well, no, it does do that a little bit, but it talks about his addiction problems. His addiction and a little bit of Lost, and yeah, there's this one episode where Bojack, my favorite episode of this season that I can think of right now, it's just Will Arnett talking. It's Will Arnett, period, and it's 2 characters. If you remember the Brian Stewie episode where they get trapped in the vault, it's kind of like that in terms of like it's just one person speaking, but it's like 2 characters technically speaking. I'll get more on that in the spoiler realm of this video, but yeah, I feel I wonder how Will Arnett felt after that, just talking for like 26 minutes. I think the episode was. I believe that episode I'm thinking of is episode 5. It's called Free Churro. It's really really good. It's probably my favorite episode of this season so far. Bojack talks about stuff and things that I'll get into, and then yeah, another favorite episode is like it's kind of like this season's goofy episode. How like we always had kind of like a little goof episode in the series. I think season 4 it's with the the episode does have its depressing parts, kind of like with this episode I'm comparing it to from season 5. While it does have its depressing parts, it's not necessarily all depressing. It's actually kind of goofy. It's the one where they get trapped underground. I loved that episode. I think that might be season 4, episode 8. And then yeah, this episode I'm talking about, I can't fucking remember. All I know it's from season 5. But yeah, it's they like change they do some things, and it's actually kind of funny. It makes you laugh a little bit, but then it does have its serious moments later on. And I will get into that during the spoiler part as well. So yeah, speaking of spoilers, I think that's about all I can say if I get into spoilers. So yeah, so pay attention. If you have not seen BoJack season 5 and you want to watch it, click off or swipe off, whatever. Just don't watch the rest of this until you watch the series, and you can come back and watch it. Okay? But this is all spoilers. for season 5. I repeat, spoilers for season 5. In the video title, I am not going to have spoilers because I explained in the beginning that the first half is going to be non-spoilers and that this part is, the rest of it's going to be spoilers. So I'm serious. Do not get mad at me. Okay? Deal? Cool. Bojack season 5. Spoilers. Diane and Mr. Peanut Butter get a divorce. And it's at the beginning of, it's at the first episode, it's at the end of it. And that's what changes Diane. Oh my god. Like, I remember Diane gets picked up from the airport. She just got back from her trip from Nam, which we get a whole episode about. But yeah, she got back from her trip from Vietnam. She wanted to follow up on her history and blah, 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 blah. Mr. Peanut Butter came and picked her up. I was like, oh, okay, so they look fine. And then he takes her to her house. I was like, oh, so they kind of moved out. And then, they moved out, but, like, they're still technically married. And then, Mr. Peanut Butter hands her the divorce papers and said, all you need to do is sign. And make sure your lawyers will find fault. I was like, Jesus Christ! Oh my God, that took me by surprise. As I said before, I had a feeling that they were going to do this, but not this soon. Not this soon in the season. So this sets up a completely different dynamic with Bojack, Mr. Peanut Butter, and Diane. Which there is something that happens between Bojack and Diane, which is they kind of they kind of have a spark moment where it's during the Diane episode. She talks about how now they can make out and not be wrong, blah blah blah, and I was like, whoa. Whoa. I thought they might have gotten together. They didn't, which is probably a good thing. But yeah, and Mr. Peanut Butter, he meets a new girl. He meets a waitress from Bojack's work. And yeah, from Bojack's restaurant that he owns. They start she's super young, and kind of the point of that is that, how Mr. Peanut Butter doesn't know how to grow up, and he dates these younger girls that are younger than him, and yeah, we get a whole episode about that. I think it's called Mr. Peanut Butter's Booze. Great episode. All these episodes are great. I can't think of a bad episode in this season, honestly. But it was fucking wow. Bojack, they wrap up Filbert, the TV show that they were all working on. And yeah, and season 1's done, and Bojack and the lead actress, I forget her name. I think it's Gina. Yeah, it's Gina. And she, her and Bojack start to date. And then, at first she's just living with him, and then they fuck, and then, that's all their relationship is. But then after season 1 wraps, he goes and confesses his love to her, kind of, sort of. That's in the Hollyhock episode. And then, they do that, and it's great. Mr. Peanut Butter gets a job on the show. Bojack gets hurt. Which, when I was talking about his addiction, well, at the beginning, it's just more of his alcohol addiction, and how, Bojack, he has changed. It's not all about how he hates himself anymore. While they do have that more towards the end, it's more of his addiction problem, this season, and that, he has changed. And yeah, so Bojack is, he has an addiction problem, with alcohol, and then, he gets into an accident with a motorcycle, which kind of leads into the whole, his problem with pills. He gets addicted to pills, and that sets up more stuff for the season. I'll get into more of that after. I want to talk about these 2 episodes. So the first episode, the one I was talking about, Free Chiro, it's just Will Arnett talking. The beginning of it is Bojack's dad, talking to Bojack not talking at all. It's when he was a kid. It's flashback, and then it flashes the intro. Then it goes into the beginning of the episode, which is Bojack giving an eulogy at his mom's funeral. His mom dies, and Bojack just unleashes everything. It is 20 minutes of straight Bojack talking about 20 minutes of straight Bojack talking about his mom. and you don't see any of the main characters in this episode. The twist at the end is that he actually wasn't at his mom's funeral, that it was he went to the wrong room, and just he said all this horrible stuff about his mom, about how his mom is, and it's crazy. It is like, wow. That episode, like, I took a break after that episode. I took like a 30-minute break. I was like, I gotta chill for a moment, basically, was my thought process. And I came back, I was just like, Jesus, man. It was crazy. It was a really good episode, though. So, yeah, I recommend watching that episode specifically. If you're only searching for the specific episodes, I recommend watching that episode. I think you guys will like it. But, okay, so the second episode, they changed, like, it's two lesbian couples. It's a lesbian married couple. They meet in a restaurant and they talk about their day, and their day consists of a A story and a B story. The A story is Bojack and Diane, which their friendship gets ruined in this episode, and that other people, Princess Carolyn and Todd. Also, I should reference, they mention what happened in New Mexico with Charlotte and Penny a lot in this season. They mention it earlier, and Diane finds out by Annika Spanakopera, who comes back, which was wow. I did not think we'd ever see her again. There's a couple people who come back. There's like in the Halloween episode. There's people who you haven't seen in forever. It's just wow. He talks about Herb a lot during the eulogy episode. He talks about Herb, and he talks about his show, and it's crazy. So this episode they have to like change the names of the people, and it's like Bobo the angsty zebra, and it's great, and like it's Princess Diana, and like it was just a really goofy episode, and I really enjoyed it. And Todd makes a sex bot, I think, which was in this episode. Speaking of Todd, him and his girlfriend break up, because Todd realizes that they don't have anything in common other than the fact that they're both asexual, which, spoilers, I guess, still for season 4. But I already said this, so Todd's asexual and this girl's asexual, and they go. There's this really funny episode where like they go to the parents' house, and it's this big elaborate scheme and blah blah blah. Freaking basically, his girlfriend's parents are super sexual all the time, 24/7. And and then they find out that he's asexual and that she's asexual. It's really funny, and like the sister is a slut, and it's really enjoyable. They break up because they can't find anything in common, and then Todd and Emily start like to talk again, but they don't get back together. And Bojack gets into the wreck with the addiction. So Bojack gets into a motorcycle accident with the son on Filbert, and then he starts taking pills, and then he gets addicted to these pills. Then Hollyhock comes back, and Hollyhock notices this, she kind of notices this. At first she like dumps him down because at first he doesn't tell her that it's not really known. But at this point you just think that he's still taking it because of his back. And then it's revealed at the end that Bojack's just taking them because it makes him feel better, I guess. And he's taking them because he's addicted to them, and that they give him that that numbing feeling, that what you get when you smoke or you drink or smoke pot, smoke cigarettes, or drink alcohol, all that blah blah blah. But and then it's that he's addicted to them, and Hollyhock tells him to stop, and he stops. Until he almost tries to kill himself again. He takes Hollyhock to the airport so that she can go back to her college, and he swerves into the road coming back so then he can go get another prescription. And it's a super bad addiction. It's honestly crazy. I didn't get to continue talking about the one episode. So sorry. The A and B side, so Princess Carolyn and Todd, all fighting, blah blah blah. The Bojack and Diane's relationship is really, I think it's almost the main focus of this season, honestly. It's Bojack's addiction as well as his friendship with Diane. Bojack tries to help her, but she doesn't want. But like she's Diane, so you know it's a little hard. And then Bojack mom's died, and then Diane tries to help, but he's like no. And then she finds out about the whole New Mexico incident, and she doesn't know everything yet. But like the filming of the last part of that episode, it's them filming a scene for Filbert, and fucking it was the most silent I think I've been for the show. Honestly, like basically not Princess Diane, sorry. Diane, she takes the concept, she takes what she knows, and she makes a script out of it because she's a writer on the show, and gives it to Bojack, and yeah. So yeah, for you guys who do not know what happened when Penny and Charlotte, basically, Bojack went down to New Mexico, almost had sexual relations with Charlotte, and then Charlotte said no, you need to leave, and then Bojack said okay. But earlier in the night, Penny tried to pursue Bojack in a sexual manner, and like it was completely legal. It would have been completely legal and everything like that, but it still would have been wrong, you know. And then he says no, like a good boy, like good Bojack, and then he walks back to the boat because he bought a boat there. He walked back to the boat, and then Penny tries to do it again, and Bojack says no. And then we see Charlotte go back there to the boat because she sees a balloon, and then she hears something, and then she goes on the boat, and then it's Bojack and Penny about to have sex. They're, you know, and it's honestly, it's crazy. I remember seeing that. I was just like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, something fairly similar like that happened in that episode. They took the context of it was a teen, and that he was trying to be a good guy. That it was New Mexico, and just like if you guys just really need to look up the episode, go to the last part of that. I don't remember what it was called. I'm sorry. Honestly, just watch the whole entire show, and watch that episode specifically to see that you guys will know what episode I'm talking about by the time that the credits hit, or that the intro hits, because like, you know, they changed the intro and stuff to like fit the Bobo name. It's wonderful. It is wonderful. But yeah, that kind of puts a ridge and Diane and Bojack's relationship. And then they wrap up Filbert. Then Bojack goes and, like, you know, like with his co-worker, blah blah blah, and then it's the premiere night, and by this time Bojack is really addicted to the pills. He's taking them constantly, and Diane notices this and tries to stop him. And Bojack, they have a fight. They have a really big fight. Bojack goes into like everything everything that actually happened in New Mexico. He tells them the full story, and then Diane brings up Sarah Lynn and Herb. I believe she brings up Herb. I'm not sure, but I know she brings up Sarah Lynn, and just wow, it's really intense fight, and that kind of ruins their whole relationship. And then Bojack takes more of the pills, and then goes kisses his girlfriend, makes it all wide know that they're in a relationship now. And then they, like, you know, on and off, blah blah blah. Mr. Peanut Butter and Diane, they have sex. Mr. Peanut Butter cheats on his girlfriend, and just yeah. Oh, by the way, the Halloween episode that I was talking about, the booze, Mr. Peanut Butter's booze. So basically it's a flashback episode, but also a present day episode where it's 4 different Halloween parties going on. It's the present one, the one that when he was married to Katrina, the one when he was married to Jessica Biel, and the one where he was only just now dating Diane. And then also, obviously Pickles is the name of the girl. So yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So cool. It's not gonna end. I get interrupted by a call. So yeah, back to what we were talking about. So yeah, Bojack's addiction, it drives him crazy. There's a whole entire episode where his girlfriend finds out, And then that all happens, and then she like walks away, and then the last episode is where everything hits the fan. Bojack is on the set of Filbert, and basically he chokes the girl. He chokes his coworker, his former girlfriend now. And like he does it, it's at first it's for the show. It's for the camera shot, and then they stop the camera, and then he just continues doing it. And it's because of the pills. They messed him up so bad that like he's literally strangling her. She's struggling, just, like tears all over her face. Her makeup's so smeared. She has marks on her neck. And then yeah, Bojack kicks the pills, and or was that in the next episode? I'm not for sure. That might have been in the episode before the last, actually, that I'm thinking of. But yeah, basically that's what the last two episodes are. It's about Bojack, the strangling, and then everything after that. So yeah, Bojack, like, you know, he stops taking the pills because he realized how horrible that was. He doesn't know until he sees the video himself, and then, like, you know, he tries to make things better, but he can't. And what happens at the end? Diane takes him to rehab. And that's how they ended this season 5. Is Diane and Bojack, they're sitting there, and he takes her to, she takes him to rehab. They have one last cigarette talking, and then they go. And then he goes into the rehab place. And then we don't see him actually go in, I should say, but we do hear him go in. And then it shows Diane getting back into the car and driving after just got done taking her best friend to rehab. And then that's how they end the series. So yeah, I really enjoyed this season. I think it was a really good season. It's probably the best that we had in a long time. It's probably the best season that we have right now. I don't know. I would have to rewatch all of them. But yeah. So yeah, that's everything about Bojack Horseman season 5. That's my opinions on it. That's everything that's happened. Spoiler, non-spoiler, blah blah blah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already for more of this wonderful content. Comment down below if you guys want me to do a top 10 Bojack Horseman episodes. I actually might just do one anyways, but I do want to do one. So yeah. Yeah, that would require me to watch it through the whole entire series again, including season 5. But yeah, I have stuff to do now. So yeah, goodbye guys.